Hey everyone. So for anyone who may be new to the channel, I'm just going to do a quick review of the projects that we have going on right now. Try and keep it brief and touch most everything here as far as what we're working on. So 63 deluxe ragtop bus. This is the real deal. This is a real honest to goodness 23 window deluxe bus. Came to us having been painted, but needing pretty much full assembly and interior. There was a few odds and ends that were done, but pretty much we put this bus together. So that's one project. Status of this one is the motor we built, we assembled, we did the cam brake in and so on the test stand, and then the engine got plugged in. So now we need to put the rear apron on, connect the fuel line, put on the rear bumper. A few other odds and ends. This puppy is almost done. Likewise, this one is at a similar state. This is a 67 Beetle that we're building for a local family. We're pretty sure that they're maybe the second owners of this beauty. So again, complete restoration, paint, body, full mechanical rebuild of everything, full rewire, upholstery, etc. And this one, again, kind of similar. What we do now is we do engine break-ins and so on the test stand. So that was all done. Engine is installed. And I think we got to put the back seat in it still. I'm waiting for a faceplate from Retro Sound for the radio. And pretty much gonna be ready for some test drives pretty soon here with this one. Almost done. Both of these getting super close. This is a 54 barn door combi right-hand drive from Hawaii, originally from Australia. And this one came in as an almost running driving car. In fact, the owner had driven it and stuff some, but it wasn't running or driving great. But it had been painted. So we just pretty much went back and redid, I should say, almost everything on this bus with the exception of the paint job. Although we did do pretty extensive color sanding and buffing on it to really bring the paint out. It had a pretty nice paint job, but just like it had never really been color sanded or buffed. And we did some kind of fun upgrades on here. We've got 16-inch Porsche 356 wheels and 356B brakes, which we polished, and some cool accessories going on here. And safaris are going on probably Monday. This is the motor for it. This is a roughly 1500 cc 36 horse with an Australian, which is fitting because again this bus's origin is Australia, where it was first sold. Australian carburetor setup with dual SU carbs here. Again, it's a 1500. Got a Arboth muffler that we had A1 performance exhaust modify for us with a single outlet with a big oval tip. Tons of stuff going on here. This one is a Porsche Speedster replica wide body. It came in with the interior pretty much completely trashed, disgusting actually, covered in dog hair and everything. The body had no gloss to it and had scuffs everywhere and stuff. It had some fairly ugly imitation centerline wheels, which just don't really fit on a 356 style car. The motor kind of ran, but had tons of issues. So we're just going through this thing, sorting it out. We are going to push the wheels out to fill these wide body fenders. We've got spacers on the way there. These are Volkswagen polished 356 style wheels. We did a brand new complete interior here on it. And then we had our paint and body guy go and do a color sand and buff on it to really make the most of the paint that was there at least. These are the fenders for a 74 Love Bug, and I'm not making that up. It's called a Love Bug. It was a limited edition, and these bugs came in either orange, kind of a deep dark orange color, although I think Volkswagen called it red, or excuse me, although I think Volkswagen called it, yeah, I think they called it red, but it was really more of an orange anyway, or this color, which is Ravana green. That color was used on 914s and I think maybe some Carmen Ghias, but the only time it was used on Beetles were in the special edition ones that were the Love Bug in I think only 1974, and all the trim and everything is blacked out. So this car is finishing getting painted now. The body and everything is painted. The doors are painted. I think it's only the front and rear lids that are left. Here we have a one family owned 68 bus. It's a sunroof, which we're just finishing up now. So they bought this bus brand new in Germany on family vacation over there with the intention of just driving it around and then offloading it, but they completely fell in love with it. So they kept it. They shipped it back to the United States. They are from, let's see, Sacramento area, I think. Anyway, and yeah, the dad, I think had it as his daily driver for like 30 years. I believe he was a school teacher. And yeah, it had sat neglected for a long time and came into us for full restoration. So recently finished paint and body and started the wiring, and the headliner and sunroof are almost done. So next is going to be the full-on build here. We'll tear off the suspension and start refurbishing all that and putting it back together. Let's see what we have here. The two green machines in the back. This is a very custom 62 Beetle that the current owner bought from the guy who was building it or having it built, who didn't quite get it over the finish line. So my customer is wanting me to mostly get it over the finish line, with the exception of the fact that it has a air-cooled airbag system on it that seems to have some issues, and apparently the owner and his friend are going to try and sort that out. So I'm sort of doing everything else. I've completely rewired the car, except not the stereo system. This thing has a huge stereo system in it, so I left that wiring alone, but redid all the stock wiring. We're finishing up some interior. In fact, these are the seats for it. These are electric seats out of a BMW, which we're going to reupholster, have my guy do that. And the motor is getting all blinged out. He had us paint the case to match the car, and then everything's going to be on chrome, or everything is going to be in chrome, all the tins and so on. And just yesterday I installed this, which he wanted, a stainless steel louvered firewall. Going for kind of an 80s feel here. So this one's moving right along. Speaking of the 80s, we also have an 80s Cowlook Bug Survivor here that came in mostly for like a safety check and just to make sure that it was running and driving really well. I ended up putting disc brakes and drop spindles on the front because it was slammed all the way with the beam only and rode terribly. And so I put in drop spindles and disc brakes. It already had disc brakes in back, and then we put in a new master cylinder. We bled all the brakes. They work great now. And so yeah, about the only thing left with this one is going to be to tune up the engine. His deck lid was black, so we got some color paint color match to this color. And so we'll put on his deck lid, and then I think we're going to buff out the whole car and see if we can bring out some shine in it here. You know, it's got some scratches and stuff in it here and there, but we can definitely bring out some shine in this paint because the deck lid looks awesome now. So we got to kind of try and give the rest of it a little bit of help. So the only other two cars, which I'm not really going to show in detail, are a 70 Carmen Ghia in for a complete restoration, and then a 68 Ghia, one family owner right there, or one family owned one right there, that the current owner drove all through, I don't know, high school and into her adult life and stuff, and it had been the family's car before that since new. So yeah, those are our projects that we have going on now. So again, if anyone's new to the channel, please look out for our daily updates here, where we pretty much talk about whatever we worked on that day. So whatever project it was and what we did, what challenges we may have faced with it. We're starting to do some kind of product reviews as separate videos. and we do some test drive videos and so on. So lots of what we think is good content. We hope you guys like it too. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.